So now I'm going to ask you to briefly summarize what you found out across the whole report, across all 6 countries of study. If you can, what were the 3 most important takeaway points that you want the readers of the report to remember?
Right. I mean, the main conclusion of that report, which was a commission on debt and adjustment that came together and worked for several months, were, number one, the 6 countries are in very difficult financial shape. The debt, public debt, have been rising and are on an unsustainable trajectory. And therefore, something has to change. Otherwise, the status quo would lead to a financial disaster. The second big conclusion is that austerity alone, just spending less, is not going to work. What you need is actually to grow out of the problem, even if that takes time, so that people see light at the end of the tunnel. And the third important conclusion is that growth opportunities are there, and therefore the arithmetic of the reforms are probably positive at this stage.
Brilliant, thank you. And my next question based on that is, these findings in this report and the Commission more broadly, why is this important today, and how do you think your new findings fit into the wider research agenda on this topic in particular?
Well, it's really important for the region because basically the previous crisis was in the 80s and it marked the end of a development model. And the same thing is happening now. This crisis marks the end of a development model that took us, the opening of the region, liberalizing the markets but not the polity, leading to a private sector that was not very efficient and there was imbalance, leading to the Arab Spring, and after that a lot of spending to just quiet things down, and then all the big international shocks that came. We are at a time where we cannot anymore just plug the holes or push the can down the road. It's time to find a new growth model, more productive, more competitive, more effective, that creates jobs.
Okay, well that links really nicely actually to my final question of the day, which is this. So based on everything that we've discussed and based on the report, what as a research community in the region, what do we still need to find out? Like where should we go next when working in this area?
Where do we need to go next in terms of the research community? I think realizing that we're at the end of the road and we need to discover that future. We need to empower politicians to lead. And not just to use technical advice. It takes leadership, it takes an understanding of what is this coalition for change, to what extent it can build momentum and trust over time so that we can move into a virtual circle and not get stuck in a trap. I think there are many research issues that are open, from political economy to understanding what are the growth opportunities which have to do with digitalization, have to do with climate change, it has to do with regional projects, it has to do with how to modernize the state, how to make the private sector more competitive. I think there are a lot of issues that were somewhat taboo in the past that become necessary today.